Hello. Hey everybody. I decided that I was just going to start calling my Wednesday night class Wednesday Night Wellness. And we can kind of change up the theme as we want and as you guys request. But yeah, I thought that might be, we'll just call it like a little weekly segment, like Wednesday Night Wellness. I totally hate that you can see my air conditioning vent. So I'm trying to turn it so you don't have to see that because I'll think it's ugly. Anyway, here's my beautiful staircase instead. So, life. You do what you gotta do. So, if you can't tell, I am kind of under the weather. So I thought I would just kind of talk about some oils that are great for helping you get over sickness and kind of ease symptoms as you are, going through it and kind of waiting to be done. So I feel like I posted on Instagram. So if anybody's watching this on Instagram, you'll kind of I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I make a flu bomb blend for my little girls. At the first sign of they're exposed to somebody sick or they start sniffling and coughing, I do it on their feet and on their spine, and I do it every 2 hours, literally every 2 hours. And I'm convinced that is what got them feeling better. They usually have one really sick day, so I do it religiously about every 1 or 2 hours if I can, and it shortens the duration of their sickness incredibly. It's amazing. So as an adult, yes, I can do that to myself also with a roller bottle, but we can also do veggie caps. And I love our veggie caps. They're just little empty capsules. You can get empty veggie capsules at Sprouts, at Whole Foods. They're just little capsules. You take them apart and you can put oils in it that are the internal use oils. So you might be asking, oils internally, what are you talking about? Is that even safe? Yes. So this is why I like to talk about how amazing doTERRA is. So doTERRA, they're certified pure therapeutic grade. What does that mean? Doesn't every oil company have their own is this safe, natural, whatever? Yes, they do. But the difference with doTERRA is that they are third-party tested, and our oils have on the bottom their little SKU number, and we have a website called source2u.com where you can plug in the SKU number and get the testing information on your particular batch of oils. So you'll find out all the scientific information about your batch of oils. And I love that they make this publicly available. So you know what's in your oils, you know how that batch and particular crop of peppermint leaves, if they were higher in a certain, I can't remember the name, terpentine or something like that. If it's higher one crop than the next crop, it'll tell you. Anyway, so I love that. I love that this company is transparent. So when I talk internal use, I am only talking doTERRA. doTERRA is safe for topical use, internal use, and aromatic use. If you get oils from the grocery store, I promise you, on the bottle it will say not for topical use, which is what's the point of that? Anyway, so yes, I make myself a little flu bomb, and I open it and I do 2 drops each of On Guard, our protective blend, which is upstairs because I just put it in my girls' diffuser. Frankincense, which is our cellular renewal blend, and this is also our oil that does all of it's our enhancer oil. You put it with an oil and it will enhance that oil's benefits. So frankincense is an immune powerhouse. So good. So these are all the immune powerhouses I put in this capsule. I do On Guard, I do frankincense, I do lemon, which is great for respiratory stuff, but it also kills lots of bacteria. Oregano, which is our major germ gangbusters, and this kills viruses, kills fungus, bacteria. It's all this great stuff. And oregano is one that oregano is just so good. Oregano is so good for viruses too. So we all know that all the stuff that we're passing around, most of it's viral. Most of it's not bacterial. So you want oregano to be your friend. Melaleuca is another amazing powerhouse. So these plus On Guard, which I don't have down here with me, I do 2 drops of each of these in a little veggie capsule. And I will take that several times a day. Not every 2 hours, but maybe 4 or 5 times a day I'll take that. And that kind of helps me just really kick the crud. So that's a really good tip for if you're kind of already feeling yuck. That's going to shorten the duration, and it's going to kind of just help boost that immune system, help you get through that illness. Just boosting your body, helping your poor body. Another thing that you can do when you're sick is make a sore throat gargle. Literally just a little bit of water, and you can add On Guard and Melaleuca and just sip it and gargle it. It will burn. On Guard is spicy. It has cinnamon. It has all these oils that are really great and kind of numbing, but they are on the hot side topically. So if you gargle with it, it's going to be hot in your mouth at first, so be careful that you don't get it on your lips, but you can gargle with it and it will kind of help to numb that, and then just go ahead and gulp it down and swallow it, and that's going to boost your immune system and help you fight off that germ. So I love that for when you're feeling icky. What else do I do when I'm feeling gross? Oh, so respiratory support. Because right now I happen to have, I'm sure you can hear me, I'm so nasally. I happen to have all of the full sinuses and that sinus pressure. So what I'm doing is I am using Breathe essential oil in my little roller, and I roll it kind of down where the drainage goes. I roll it around my ears, I roll it on my sinuses, and I roll it on my chest. You can also roll Breathe on the bottoms of your feet. The bottoms of your feet are an amazing place to put oils because that is where your pores are the largest, on the bottoms of your feet, and also your body is going to, it's gonna get where it needs to go. It's gonna distribute best where it needs to go through your feet. So if you're not really sure where to put an oil, put it on your feet. Another oil that I like to use for respiratory stuff is lavender. Lavender acts like a natural antihistamine, so sometimes I will add that to Breathe and just really let that, oh, here's my Breathe. Yeah, and Breathe is so great. Breathe has peppermint in it, which is cooling and just opens up the airways. It also has laurel leaf, which is bay leaf, as eucalyptus. It has Melaleuca, which we already talked about. It has lemon, which we already talked about. It has cardamom. Okay, guys, cardamom is great because, what's the word? Antispasmodic. It helps with that like tickle, that like cough. So cardamom is awesome for coughs. Also has Ravensara and Ravensara. So those are also 2 like congestion, like opening oils. So all of the oils in this blend are going to help kind of open up the airways in your sinuses, in your chest. These are all respiratory support oils. So you can use it just like you would use old school Vicks Vapor Rub. You can put it in a little roller bottle. And if you guys don't know about roller bottles, there's a whole dilution chart that we've got. So again, just a little plug here for Oil Mentorship. Oil Mentorship is how to get the most out of your oils. So you can buy oils from doTERRA, you can buy them from anywhere, but if you don't know how to use them, what's the point? I didn't realize, honestly, until recently, and I've been using oils for years. I was using another brand for years and years, and it wasn't until I got to doTERRA and had the support of my oil mentor that I learned all these extra goodies about, tips and tricks on how to use oils. I didn't learn how to make roller bottles. I didn't learn some of the tips like when you're sick, like I currently am. Doing oils once or twice a day isn't going to help you a whole lot. It's just not. What's going to help you is frequent applications. And the great thing about these roller bottles, they're so easy to use. I mean, I can do this 6 times a day, no big deal. I'm not getting oil on my hands. None of these oils are like terrible, awful smelling. They're going to, offend your office workmates or anything like that. So Yeah, I learned with oil mentorship, it's really important to have somebody kind of walking you through, showing you how to use your oils, showing you frequency, showing you dilution, showing you different blends, things like that. Yeah, like things like cardamom. I didn't realize that was an antispasmodic, and that's why it's so good for coughs. So all kinds of good things like that. Anyway, back to things to help when you're sick. Another roller that's great, especially for sinus congestion, is DigestZen. So DigestZen is for tummy problems, tummy troubles, all things digestion related. So think tummy aches and kind of upper GI, but also think lower GI, like if you just can't leave the bathroom, or even if you're constipated, whatever your digestive issue, DigestZen, she's your girl. She's going to help you out. And she has peppermint, she has anise, which is kind of licoricey, so this has like a licorice flavor. Peppermint, I said peppermint, ginger, caraway seed, coriander, and tarragon, and fennel. Sorry, I still have that frog in my throat. But so this, I like to make a roller bottle and roll it on my sinuses. And it sounds so crazy, but it kind of helps break up the mucus. As this oil is called DigestZen, it, for lack of a better word, it helps to kind of digest that mucus. That's so gross, I know. But yeah, that's another good one. And it works really differently than the Breathe. I usually will try the Breathe on my sinuses first, and if it's just not quite helping, I'll turn to the DigestZen on the sinuses, and use the Breathe on the bottoms of my feet and on my chest. So it's just a little tip for these two guys. And these, everything I've talked about so far, the lavender with the antihistamine and the kind of calming and relaxing, the Breathe, the DigestZen, the lemon, all these things are in all of our top 10 oil kits. So these are really versatile. I say all the time, the top 10 kit is the top 10 because they're versatile. You're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. You're going to use them over and over. They're so great. So anyway, let's see what else. A steam cup. When my sinuses are super full, and I usually do this first thing in the morning, I will fill up a mug with water, and I stick it in the microwave. I'm a microwave person. I'm just impatient. So I'll stick it in the microwave and get the water, really piping hot and steaming. And I will add, I will add Breathe, and I will add oregano. And the reason I'm doing Breathe is because I want to open up my airways, want to unclog, I'm totally stuffy first thing in the morning when I'm sick. And then I want to kind of make sure that all that stuff that's been sitting in my airways, this respiratory system over here and up here, I want to make sure that stuff that's been sitting there all night isn't getting infected. It hasn't sat there and starting like fester bacteria and become a full-blown sinus infection, something like that. So I go to oregano because it is so great for viruses, bacteria. I have taken this internally as an antibiotic. If you've been around here long enough, I'm sure you're tired of hearing my story, but it's such an amazing story that I used to take oregano in a veggie capsule instead of antibiotics when I would get mastitis. When I was breastfeeding my second daughter and I got mastitis once a month, I did this. It was really strong and powerful. So anyway, this and Breathe, I put maybe 2 drops of each in the steaming hot water, and then I get a towel. I'm just going to do a little demo, pretend this scarf is my towel, and I will literally just put it over my head to make like a little tent, and then I either cover my eyes with my hands while I'm doing it, or I get like a washcloth or something to cover my eyes so that this stuff doesn't sting, because the oregano is spicy, it's a hot oil. So I will do this and just take deep breaths. And it kind of stings a little bit because you can tell that it's like opening up everything. And be prepared because you're going to start gushing. It's going to start coming out. So make sure you have some Kleenex close by. So that steam mug is such a good way to relieve the sinus pressure and to, kind of prevent that infection. Breathe is a great go-to just preventatively too. Like you might not necessarily be sick like I am right now, but you want to prevent yourself from getting sick. So On Guard and Breathe are going to be your friends. On Guard is the protective blend. It's really great and preventative. And then the Breathe is going to keep the airways clear and keep them gunk free. So those are two that I really love diffusing, especially if you're just proactively trying to stay well. Another thing I forgot to mention, that Flu Bomb blend with the On Guard, frankincense, lemon, melaleuca, and oregano. If you don't want to do a veggie capsule, you can do a honey spoon. This is exactly what it sounds like. A big old tablespoon of honey, which is going to coat your throat and be awesome anyway. If you can do buckwheat honey, that's what our pediatrician likes me to give our girls when they have coughs. Or you could try the Manuka honey, which is supposed to have all these amazing benefits. And do a drop of each of these oils on that honey spoon, right on top of the spoonful of honey, and put it in your mouth upside down and let it coat your tongue. And just swallow it, and it's going to be spicy, but that honey is going to kind of help dilute the oils, but it's also going to coat your throat and just help with that irritation. That's so good. So you could also do the honey spoon in some hot tea. Just stir it in some tea with those oils if you aren't necessarily wanting to do a big old spoonful of honey. But yeah, the oregano's oregano, so it kind of has that Italian lady smell. So be aware of that if you put that in your tea. That's why I kind of like the capsule and I like the honey spoon, because you can just bing, bang, boom, like get it done. I also do the lavender, peppermint, and lemon internally. That's kind of my allergy blend go-to. I have a roller that I use for my girls and myself. And then I also take that internally. And that's really awesome. I'm trying to think, what else do I do when I'm not feeling awesome? Another great immune powerhouse, unexpectedly, is rose. So rose is an oil. I got this for its emotional benefits. Rose has the highest vibrational energy of any of the essential oils. It's the queen of oils. It's amazing for skin. It's also one of our most expensive oils. This is a pre-diluted roller bottle. And I forget the number of rose petals it takes to make this bottle, but it's like hundreds. It's so many. But anyway, rose not only is good for skin and is the oil of unconditional love and has all these emotional, energetic benefits, but it's also a killer immune boosting oil, which I think is crazy. So Emily Wright, who is one of the founders of doTERRA, she tells a really great story about how one of her kids caught some terrible sickness. I can't remember if it was a skin disorder that became like just a full-blown body infection or something like that. And she was doing all the oils she knew to do, all the On Guard and all the oregano and all, she is one of doTERRA's co-founders, so she has all the oils. So she's doing all of them. And her doctor was really alarmed because none of them were completely helping this terrible germ go away. And she added rose, remembering, oh yeah, it has some immune properties, and the rose is what cleared up the infection. So rose is amazing. Yeah, rose is so good. Plus, it's delicious. So that's a really great immune boost too. I really like copaiba. Copaiba and frankincense are an oil that I try to take a drop of under my tongue every day, just because cellular renewal, and this one is great for all the body systems, inflammation in the body system. So this pair is wonderful. Copaiba also is really helpful for anxious feelings. So this is just a great daily thing, but especially when you're not feeling well. Another thing that I have done, and I just popped on here earlier today to talk about these little inhalers, but it's just a little, you can see there's just like a little vent right there, and there's a cotton wick inside, and I usually will put Breathe and lavender on it, although I've done pure peppermint before, and you literally just use it like an inhaler. And it's just the vapor. You're not getting any liquid, you're not getting any pure oils, it's just the vapor from the oils. So you're getting it a little more strongly than if you were just to rub the oil on your hands and do one of the good old palm inhales. So these are awesome. You can grab these on Amazon, and every person in our house has their own little private one. We don't share these. So that's another thing I like to use when I'm not feeling well. Let's see. Oh, yes. So I made a little throat spray for my girls. I used the IQ Omega, which, by the way, we all know immune boosting starts with supplements, right? It's what we eat. We try to eat low sugar. We try to get enough vegetables and greens in our diets, but we should all be taking supplements because our food sources aren't how they used to be 100 years ago. So the A to Z chewable is our kid vitamin, and all of the vitamins and minerals on the back. It also has a cognitive blend, a superfood blend, a cellular renewal blend. Yeah, everything in here is food-based. So this means that it is easily absorbed into your body or your kid's body. The IQ Mega is their fish oil, and it's not just fish oil. It's also, it's cod, safe, and haddock. It's got omega-3s and omega-6s, as well as sunflower oil, wild orange, rosemary. So this is awesome. This is what I give my kids every day. But I made a numbing throat spray with On Guard and a little bit of water, and then the IQ Omega. And this helped to kind of coat, but it also diluted that spiciness from the On Guard. So we'd open their little mouths and just spray their throat. And I got this little glass spray bottle. You can see my tape. Everything with the yellow tape means kid friendly. That's why I have all this tape everywhere. But all these little glass bottles, they're from Amazon, super cheap. So this is my little mom hack medicine kit. Oh, another thing, the On Guard beadlets. So if you got the Family Essentials and Beadlets kit as your starter kit, then you got these and the peppermint beadlets for free with your kit. I think these are $12 if you buy them by themselves. That's the wholesale price. This is awesome because these are little tiny beadlets that are 1/4 of 1 drop of essential oil. So it's a teeny tiny amount and a teeny tiny soft gel, and you can just kind of pop it, put it in your mouth and just kind of pop it. And these are going to be a little spicy, almost like a cinnamon mint, or like cinnamon gum. And the peppermint ones, of course, are peppermint. And the peppermint ones are going to be great in kind of just opening up your sinuses. And these are going to be a little bit spicy and are great for immune boosting. So I keep this in my purse. And on the way to school, I open it and I give each of my kids a little protective boost for this. Another thing I like to use for me and my kids is the On Guard hand spray. You can totally make this on your own with, a glass spray bottle and On Guard. I sometimes, when I make it myself, I will also add Melaleuca because Melaleuca is such a great disinfectant. Or you can buy it for $6.50 wholesale and have it already made in this nice bottle that is, BPA free and safe for essential oils. But I like cleaning my girls' hands with it. Oh, and it seems I'm almost out. Well, looks like we're gonna have to make some more. But I love this because doTERRA did a study with their convention earlier this fall on the effects of On Guard. And On Guard's amazing because not only did their tests show that On Guard killed the germs, bacteria, viruses, microbes in their little petri dish, but it inhibited the growth for, I think, up to 3 days. So that is powerful to me. I think that is amazing. And I used to be a Purell girl all the way, like hand sanitizing my kids all the time. But the problem with that is the hand sanitizer that's alcohol based, it's antibacterial, meaning it's killing bacteria. It's not killing viruses. It's not killing any other kind of microbes, just bacteria, which we all know plenty of the sicknesses that we catch are viral. They're not bacteria. So yeah, that's something to kind of note. And then the other thing I thought was amazing about that is that the fact that essential oils can penetrate the cell membrane, the cell wall. So, excuse me. So, when you are using the antibacterial, you're coating your hands, and that's all fine and great. But with the On Guard, it's killing the stuff because it is able to penetrate the cell membrane, and then it's inhibiting future growth. So the fact that I can coat that on my hands and my little girl's hands, you know, when they inevitably want to eat something at the grocery store, after they've touched everything, this is such a powerful tool, and that is what kind of convinced me to switch over from my regular antibacterial hand sanitizer to this. This is stronger and more powerful and more amazing. So I love this. Yeah, we use this preventatively. And then let's see, what's another thing? Oh yeah, so I showed you the supplements that we take, my girls take, for overall health, and we definitely don't miss that when we are sick. But there's also a PB Assist Junior probiotic, and it is, my girls call it Pixie Stick. It's a little like Pixie Stick of probiotic powder, and these are double encapsulated probiotics, and double encapsulated means they're going to get all the way to the small intestine, which is where you need your probiotics to go. If you just have your probiotics digest in your stomach, in the stomach acid, that's not doing any good, because you need the probiotics to get through the stomach, to withstand the stomach acid and all the churning that part of your digestive system does. You need it to get to the small intestine, because that's where all the wrong overgrowth can happen, and where you need that good balance of gut flora. You need the good bacteria to keep the bad bacteria at bay. So the PB Assist Junior is awesome. I think it's 5 different strains, and I can't remember if it's 5 or 6 billion CFUs of probiotic, but it's an awesome probiotic. So that's really great. And then for mama, for adult, I take the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is our vitamin supplement pack. So this is actually doTERRA's #1 best-selling product, which is amazing because we're the #1 essential oil company, and this is what we sell the most of. These are vitamins and supplements that have essential oils in them, but these are also like upgraded, wonderful products that are all food-based nutrients, so things that you can absorb and your body can actually use. You're not just going to be peeing out neon yellow pee because your body didn't absorb anything. You're going to absorb this stuff, and these are quality things. Like I know the B vitamin is methylcobalamin, not the cyanocobalamin, which is a synthetic form of vitamin B. Cyanocobalamin is also processed with cyanide. Hello, that's poison, and we do not want that in our bodies. So this has the methylcobalamin. It's an upgraded type of B vitamin, and then things like it has like methylfolate. It's got all these things that your body is able to process and absorb. So the Alpha CRS is amazing. This is our cellular renewal. It's got frankincense and milk thistle and turmeric and pine bark and sesame seed extract and grapeseed extract. These are all the things that are supposed to help you stay energetic and for your cellular system to like renew itself and be vibrant and healthy. The Microplex VMZ, this is our vitamin and mineral complex. Again, we try to eat healthy, right? But we are probably not getting our recommended dosage of fruits and vegetables and nutrients that way, especially when things are not organic. So this is awesome because all of these things are plant-based, and they even have a whole foods blend with like kale and parsley and broccoli and all these different sprouts, and they have enzymes to help you digest them, and they also have the Tummy Tamer blend to make sure that this sits well in your stomach. So things like caraway, ginger, and peppermint, just kind of like the digestin has in it too. So this is awesome. The E Omegas are great. This is our are balanced omegas. So these are the 6s and the 3s, and they're in the right proportions. So yeah, it's EPA, DHA, alpha linoleic acid. It's all the different, yeah, this is so good. Stuff, support for eyes, support for, yeah, the lycopene, the lutein. And then this also has clove and frankincense and thyme. So all of these have essential oils in with them too. So these are powerful powerhouses. Love, love, love. So great for health overall, but especially if you're feeling under the weather. Another thing, so sleep is crucial when you're feeling kind of crummy, like I have been. And I don't know what it is, but my kids sleep terribly when they're sick. I know they're coughing, but you know, the mouth breathing makes them really thirsty, so they wake up in the water all night. Like, they wake me up a ton when they are sick. And in turn, if I catch it like I have, I'm trying to sleep too. So not only am I, you know, trying to prop myself up on pillows and run the breathe and the diffuser, and you know, I'm trying to get my own sleep and take care of my own symptoms. I'm also struggling because they're awake and coughing and having problems. So sleep is a really important part of healing, right? So lavender is our calming oil. We've talked about that. Lavender on their feet and spine. Lavender in the diffuser. Serenity is like lavender on steroids. It has lavender in it, but it also has cedarwood, it has hoe wood, ylang ylang, which is really calming, marjoram, which is really calming, chamomile, vetiver, Hawaiian sandalwood, all these really calming oils. This is just a good help you go to sleep. Diffuse it 30 minutes before you go to bed. Roll it on the bottoms of your feet, your kids' feet. So this little sleep hack that I've been doing, which I just realized I was going to tell you, one of my sleep hacks is magnesium before bed. I really like the Natural Calm, and I'll make a little Natural Calm sparkly water mocktail. And I find the magnesium is relaxing, which brings me to another point. I keep looking around because I think, oh yeah, it's here. Oh, it's not. I had a bag of magnesium sitting on my stairs. Cute. But taking a magnesium Epsom salt bath is so great. I did that with my girls when they were sick, and I put frankincense, I put a little bit of breathe, just so the steam would kind of help them breathe a little bit, and lavender. I think that's all I put in it. Oh, and copaiba. I did a little copaiba in there. So the essential oils are so because they're oils, they are hydrophilic? They are wanting to get away from the water, because oil and water don't mix, so they get absorbed deeper into your skin, if that makes sense. So when you put oils in your bath, that's a great way to get them to absorb all over your skin, your largest organ in the body. The Epsom salts, and then if you also mix Epsom salts with a little bit of baking soda, I do 2 cups of Epsom salt to 1 cup baking soda. That works as a detox, which is really great to kind of detox your body while you're sick. You want all of the stuff that those germs are creating as waste in your body, which is, you know, toxins in your body. You want to pull those out while you're trying to heal and recover. So Epsom salt baths are awesome. Plus they have magnesium, and magnesium is relaxing and it's responsible for so many different body systems. We need more magnesium than we get. So I love doing that. I love the mocktail. I love the baths. I do that for my girls. I do that for myself. And then this is what I wanted to show you. These are my new faves for sleep, to help me drift off to sleep. So Serenity we talked about. I like to diffuse it, and it smells like heaven. Okay. Serenity is the oil that brought me to doTERRA, for real. I had used other brands of essential oils for years and years, and this is the oil that converted me. It's like the most delicious smelling oil. It's so amazing, and I have seen other brands try to mimic it and make knockoffs. Not even close. It's just so wonderful. Anyway, it's so great. I love this oil. Put it on your bottoms of your feet. You can put it on your spine. You can put a little on your heart. and then diffusing it smells delicious. Because it has lavender, when you smell it, the aromatic effects of lavender actually tell your brain to create more serotonin. So you are creating more brain chemicals to help you relax. And so Serenity is powerful. It's not just a good smell, though it smells amazing. And then the other thing that I recently tried is the Serenity soft gels. So these don't have Serenity, our oil blend in them, but they do have lavender essential oil. And then they have L-theanine, which is an amino acid. And then they have lemon balm, passion flower, and chamomile. So these are all really relaxing. I take 1 to 2, although my oil mentor swears by these and she takes 3 every night. And these are really relaxing. I've heard some people even just take these to relax, like before they go to the dentist or something, really anxiety producing like that. But I have taken these and they don't make you feel drugged up like Tylenol PM. You don't have a hard time waking up the next day. In fact, I took one before bed and my kids kept me up or one of my kids was sick. I can't remember why. I woke up earlier than I normally would the next morning. That was the point. And I didn't have any I can feel it working. No, it just helps you to fall asleep. It helps you to stay asleep, but it doesn't have any of that heavy, yucky feeling of taking meds. So love, love, love this. This is my new fave. And then the last thing I want to show you is Cypress. So Cypress is great for lymph detox. But the reason that I am using this at night is for keeping myself asleep so that I don't make a whole bunch of potty breaks in the middle of the night. I don't know if it's because I've had a bunch of babies or if it's a hormonal thing going on, but I've always had kind of a tiny bladder. I've always had to wake up and pee at least once in the night. But I don't drink that much water before bed. I don't need to be peeing all night long. So I put some Cypress essential oil right over my belly, and then I put it on the bottoms of my feet on the bladder and kidney pressure points, the reflexology points, which is on the heel and then kind of in that soft arch of your foot. It's kind of leading down that way. And this helps me a ton. This helps me not get up and have to pee in the middle of the night. So totally TMI, you're welcome. But Serenity and Cypress and Serenity soft gels, these have been my sleep aids this last week, which I can definitely notice a difference. So we all have to get sleep and extra sleep when we're not feeling well. So those are my special tips. If you have any other questions, I feel like that's kind of as much of the regimen as I can think of for tonight. But if you have other questions about how to use some of these or, hey, what could I do for XYZ? Let me know. Comment here and let me know. I'd be happy to. Or if you don't want everyone to know what your health issues are, send me a message. I'd be happy to help troubleshoot. And I also wanted to let you guys know that if you do have oils and you are, you've tried, maybe you tried On Guard or maybe you tried Breathe or something like that, and you're like, this didn't really help me or it's not really working. It's probably not that the oil isn't working. It's probably that we just need to tweak it. I had a lady who bought a handful of oils. She didn't do a kit. She just got a handful of oils, and I think she was kind of disappointed, thinking maybe they didn't work. And this is where I say, no. This is where oil mentorship is important. Tell me. I want to help you. I want you to love your oils. So, for example, if the Breathe isn't helping you with your congestion, try DigestZen over the places that are congested and see if that helps. And if that hasn't helped, mix in the lavender because that acts like an antihistamine. And if that hasn't helped, let's look at something else. We can look at some of the other respiratory oils that maybe aren't necessarily as widely known as these. But you guys, let me show you this insane, I call this my oil Bible. This book is everything. There's also an amazing app that we use in our group, but this is literally every oil that exists and what it does. And so we can tweak and find something that works for you. There's such a thing as bioindividuality and how we're each a little bit different. So, the digestion might work really well for you, but it doesn't work as great for somebody else. So you kind of have to do a little tweaking and mixing, which is kind of fun. Like, that's kind of the fun of essential oils, and empowering that, you get to use these natural plant-based it's plant medicine. These are all either steam distilled or cold expeller pressed plant parts. They're stems and roots and leaves and bark from plants. So these are really powerful. I also wanted to address, I've had several people approach me and feel worried about using these on their babies, and feeling like, oh, well, I've heard that this isn't safe, or it could be dangerous or whatever. You guys, this is plant stuff. Like baby Motrin and baby Tylenol are much more dangerous than like plant stuff. The reason that I think people talk a lot of hype about essential oils not being safe is because they don't know how to use them appropriately. The whole name of the game with babies and children and essential oils is dilution. You need to have the appropriate dilution for the age of your baby. You need to know which oils are good for babies at which age. Like, for example, Arbor Vitae is a really gentle immune boosting oil that I often suggest to mothers with babies who are like 6 months or younger. So there's all these things. This is why just buying a bunch of oils and trying them out is not the way to go. Like, you need an oil mentor, and I would be so honored to be that for you and help you start this oil journey. It's really a great lifestyle. It's really empowering. I can't tell you how excited I was to oil up my little girls every 2 hours with that flu balm and use the Breathe to help them with their congestion, and then to see that the sickness life was shortened so much. That was so empowering to me to know that, like, I got to use all this. I got to use my plant medicine, and it worked. Anytime I have a stomach ache and I take Digestin and my stomach ache goes away, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, these are incredible, incredible gifts of the earth. And I really want to empower you to be able to use them, to be able to help your health, your family's health, and to, quit using the yucky over-the-counter things that are disrupting your gut and polluting your organs and your liver, and, just making it harder for your body to process things. So, if any of this is interesting to you and you'd like to ask me questions, please reach out. I'd love to help you. I do also want to make a plug that if you get started, the 2 kits that I like to highlight for new people are the Family Essentials and Beadlets kit and our Home Essentials kit. They're the top oils, but one of them is the large bottles, one of them is the small bottles. The kit with the large bottles, if you get that, today the 11th? Tomorrow's the 11th. Today's the 10th. You have 5 more days. On the 15th of the month, the special goes away. But if you get the larger Home Essentials kit, or any of the larger kits, bigger than that and up, you get another bottle of frankincense for free. And the reason this is amazing is because this is a $93 retail price bottle of oil. Like I said, frankincense, the king of oils, it does everything. So yeah, you can get another one of these for free, either to keep or to give away. But yeah, it's free. So please reach out to me if you have questions. I would love to help any of you guys who maybe aren't feeling well or just have questions about oils. But yeah, so let me know, and I hope you guys have a good night. I don't want to keep you any longer, so I will see you next week. Bye.